Got to step to the basketball against that trap.
Victor kicks it out to Yarbrough, back to Victor. They work it to Higgins for a three, and he missed it. And Mike Miller up high for the rebound.
Good action inside, outside. Oh, I love this kid, Mr. Versatility.
Miller threw it away. Higgins with the steal. Higgins, Yarbrough's going to feed it back inside to Victor. Goes up with a hook and drew a foul.
I'll tell you, Isaiah Victor has to be big in this game. Last year, he had a big game against Florida. Was 9 for 9 on the interior. He was 20 and 14 against Vanderbilt in a loss, but he's been a little up and down.
So Victor to the line. The last two games, impressive. 32 points, 22 rebounds in the last two outings.
I tell you, Brad, that first game was really intense. You and I were watching it.
Wow.
The General and Steve Alford. What a great matchup. You know, all the Hoosier fans are happy. Their Mr. Basketball came there, played him tough. It was nice to see him bring his team into Indiana, but he left with an L, and the General got the W.
Now Harvey checks in already because Udonis Haslem has 2 fouls in the first minute and 8 seconds.
And that is really big. He had his career high last year against Tennessee, 26.
Dupay works it all the way to the baseline, and Tony Harris has to grab him on the way by. There's Udonis. The big fella's dropped about 25 pounds, redefined his body. Not the kind of start he was looking for tonight, though.
You Dominator. That's what they call him. They told me to call him the You Dominator.
Here's Miller for three. Florida still looking for a bucket. Underneath. And let's see. I think Wright might have stepped on the baseline before the shot. Wave off the basket.
There's that full court trap. They face guard. Very tenacious. This kid is the key tonight. He's got to be under control with the rock in his hands.
They try to double team him. He's going to pull up and take the three. Got it.
I'll tell you, he's going to flat out knock that down. 6 for 7 in his last game in a blowout over Mississippi.
21 points in that 38-point win over Ole Miss.
And they missed a bunch of free throws. You believe that?
Yep. Dupay's going to try to answer. Teddy's second miss from out there. And Wright had the rebound and has had it swiped away by Isaiah Victor.
Harris has got a lot of pizzazz to this game. Jerry Green told us he wants him to move the basketball side to side.
Feed the low post to Victor. Double team. Kicks back outside. Tennessee will try another three. Black shags down the rebound, but he steps on the baseline.
Black's their interior player. Good shot blocker. One of the best in the history of the school.
Here comes Ron Slay. This is a kid that enjoys the game. He'll talk to the cheerleaders, the fans, the opposing players.
To announcers. He was talking to us before the game. I mean, he was really fired up before the game.
You can keep your eye on him easily with a white headband.
What a great environment. There's that trap by Tennessee coming out trapping.
Miller penetrates all the way with a left hand. Trying to follow his own miss, and Yarbrough clears off the rebound.
He's got great versatility, Miller. He can go to the basket, shoot the jumper.
Slay and Harvey now, two freshmen banging down low.
Jerry Green told us he wants to swing the ball side to side. He wants 5 passes almost with each possession. Oh, he got tripped. He got tripped.
And that is the call. Curtis Shaw even sticks his foot out there as if to say it's a trip. Harvey picks up the foul.
Take a look at the versatility right here. Look at the change of direction. Now he's going to go down the lane. Look at him hanging. He's hanging. He's hanging. There he is right there, hanging and playing. Oh, look at this here. Wow, Jordan tongue. He's got the Jordan tongue. Michael Jordan now an owner? Wow.
Victor working against Wright to kick it back outside. Kentucky, the first 4 points of the ball game here in the first 3 minutes.
Just an area of the game that they've really trying to improve on their half-court man-to-man defense.
And Tennessee loses it.
Steal.
This place is packed, and it is hot in here.
Oh, it's electric.
It's Cameron, isn't it?
That's beautiful.
You and I have been wiping our foreheads for about an hour.
I got no hair to wipe.
Here's Harvey going up with the left hand, and that one rimmed out. Victor, the rebound, clears it to Harris. VOLS on the run. Pull-up jumper. Rebound, battle for it, and fouls.
Harris to the number 2, yeah. Get him in position to shoot the ball.
He's a kid that can shoot if he gets an open look. Teddy Dupay.
Averaged better than 40 points a game in high school.
Nice job by C.J. Black. Throwing Mike Miller knocked it out of bounds.
Last year, both clubs in the NCAA tournament. Tennessee wins the East Division, came on strong at the end of the year under Jerry Green, and then they slipped in the NCAA tournament.
Keeps it alive. On the the baseline, another miss. Florida shooting horribly from the field so far.
Hey, Isaiah Victor's got some hops to his game.
So as Dick said now, Walker at the point. Tony Harris gets to run the court a little bit. He does end up back at the point momentarily and threw it away. We're off to an 0 for 6 start tonight.
Ooh.
Each team took one a year ago.
In fact, the last 4 years, it's been
Home court
advantage.
Miller got a nice pick from Wright.
Yeah, Wright does the little things. Intangible guy. Screen.
Miller missed another 3. 0 for 7 for the Gators.
Not a good shot right there by Miller. Not a good shot.
I think they call a technical on Tony Harris.
Oh, he's got to be under control right now.
Bruce Benedict makes the call, and I believe it's going to be a technical foul. That's what I thought was. Tony Harris was the one that responded angrily anyway. You can still see the look on his face.
Jerry Green, former assistant coach to Roy Williams. Tony Harris from out of Memphis, Tennessee, where they produced so many outstanding players. Corey Bradford at Illinois. Robert O'Kelly at Wake Forest.
So the tee on Tony. And Weeks to go to the free throw line. Oh, kind of a left cross by Tony Harris against Donnell Harvey. And his team has cut the lead to 2. 4-2 Tennessee. 15:40 to go first half. Along with Vandy, this is for supremacy at this point in the season atop the Eastern Division of the SEC. Vandy also in there at 3-1. Florida can move to that and move Tennessee back a little bit.
I'll tell you, Brad, my heart goes out to Eddie Fogler and to Jimmy Herrick having those 4 heavyweights, 4 nationally rated clubs in their division. I mean, you look at those clubs, and Vanderbilt, in 12 days, they beat both Tennessee and LSU, Florida and LSU.
3 ranked teams. That's a pretty good week and a half.
I'll tell you who was a headache to these 2 clubs. Danny Lange. Yeah, 31 against both of them.
Exactly right. And a 76-73 Vandy win. Lange had 31, and then we saw him last Tuesday just rip apart Florida. Inside pass to Wright, double teamed. He walked with it.
Yeah, he took a little step inside to try to get a little 2-man game going. Lange, one of my unsung heroes, along with Eddie House from out of Arizona State.
That ball hit the backboard on the way in, and it comes free to Florida.
Yeah, that's a bad entry right there. You don't want to throw directly under the basket. You never want to enter the basketball in that situation.
Florida looking to tie it up. Miller does.
I'll tell you, I like the way Miller slashes to the goal. Good interior passing, good interior cut. He's got a strong body, Brad.
Tennessee more turnovers than points right now. That's not a good sign. 5 minutes into the game, they almost threw it away again.
They're getting rattled against
they did throw it away again.
They're getting rattled against the pressure.
Dupe with a loose ball leads it for Miller. Mike's going to work inside, trying to lay it in. And the ball comes loose out to Harris. Walker on the run. Walker the lob. A little too deep. And a whistle and a foul underneath.
I don't think right now Jerry Green's got to like the pace of the game. The tempo and the pace favors Florida. He's got to be able to slow it down a little more, and that's his strategy. And his kids are playing a little out of control.
Both teams will go to their benches. Slay and Hathaway coming in for Tennessee. Haslam and Bonner will check in. Bonner for the first time for the Gators.
You know, Brad, Bonner was big in their last win over LSU. Hit 3 big threes in the first half. In fact, none of their starters scored in double figures.
That's right. Walker, nice backdoor cut. His first basket.
Good move without the basketball. One of the lost arts in the game. Little Walker, the diaper dandy, makes a nice cut to the goal.
6-4 Tennessee. Almost 6 minutes in from the O-Dome. Weeks for 3. Florida still looking to see a triple drop.
I bet there's some big-time athletes on this floor.
Weeks knocks it away on the other end.
You can tell by the pace of the game, up and down, good quickness.
Yeah, you blink and you've missed about 80 feet of basketball.
Justin Hamilton coming on the floor was big against LSU, led him in scoring at 14.
In just 23 minutes.
Yeah, he's the pride of Sarasota, Florida.
4A player of the year down there.
Yeah, played at Booker High School.
Here's Slay backing in. Trying to face up against Bonner. His headband's over his eyes. He missed the shot. Trying to steal it from Miller and almost did.
Plays hard, though. You see those headbands? Lute Olson's kids wore one of the headbands. He said they're never going to wear them again.
Never again.
He said they wore them in tribute to Richard Jefferson. He said, I think they really stuffed their brain. They played so stupid. He said, get rid of them.
One game. That's all it took. Florida looking to tie again. Bonner thought about a three, but Slay came out on him in a hurry.
Nice motion game. Good ball movement.
Dupay got a look. And another one rimmed out. That one was halfway home before it came back out, and a foul. The battle for the rebound is going to be on Bonner.
One of the real prides that Billy Donovan has in his club are assists. Right now they're 11th in the nation, 19 assists a game. He said we want to get to 20 assists a game. That means guys are moving without the ball, and it means we're sharing the basketball.
And we see Brett Nelson for the first time tonight. Freshman sensation from West Virginia has checked in for Teddy Dupay. Trouble for Slay. He's got to get rid of it. Look at the pressure by Florida.
Constant. They can rotate so many bodies. They always got fresh bodies on the floor.
Walker almost goes down with Hamilton all over him.
Hamilton, a good defensive player. Great potential defensively.
Yarbrough underneath. Got it. And a chance for a three-point play. Is it on Haslam? It is. That's three.
That is big, Brad. With third, they're going to get him out and bring in Harvey. But how many teams can go to your bench, lose a guy like Haslam, and bring in America's top high school player from last year, Donnell Harvey?
That's the recruiting job that Billy Donovan has done here. And Haslam is done for the half. You can just about bet. With 12:58 still to go.
I'll tell you, Yarbrough's had a solid sophomore year as they're stretching out Miller on the sideline. He's matured as a player. He's leading them right now in scoring. Second in rebounding, second in assists. Last year struggled a little bit.
Substitution for the Volunteers, number 32, Del Baker.
So Yarbrough gets the three-point play.
And his brother comes in for him.
And that's Del Baker. Here comes Nelson now to play the point.
He's just got to learn not to make every play an all-star play. He has a tendency to want to be everything shake and bake.
Parker and Bonner. Here's Harvey.
Dakota, he found the sunshine of Florida to his liking.
It's a long way from Mitchell, isn't it?
Mr. South Dakota.
Wow, it's their biggest lead. Florida only 4 points in the first 7.5 minutes. Here's Bonner for three. They can't get one to go.
And remember, they're third in the nation in scoring.
He got his own rebound and then tipped in.
Now Harvey. Oh, Harvey can climb the glass, baby. He's a glass eater. The Rowdy Reptiles love the big fella.
Here comes the full court pressure again. It caused a couple turnovers early against Tennessee. Almost threw it away again.
You got to find the open side against this trap. You got to bring the ball away from the trap.
Baker had it tipped, almost stolen.
They really take you away from running your offense, Brad. They don't let you get into your half-court rhythm.
Plus, by the time you get there, there's only 10 seconds on the shot clock to work with. Finally, they tried to feed the post, and Harvey with a steal.
They anticipate so well. Step in those passing lanes.
Brett Nelson, little shake and bake. Now it's Harvey with the left hand. A little too strong off the glass.
That's the one area he's got to work on, his little touch around the basket. He's got to develop a little medium-range jump shot.
He's so fired up right now, I don't think he can pull the string.
He is pumped up. He only played 41 seconds against Vanderbilt in that loss. Missed 3 practice sessions, and therefore Billy didn't play him.
Higgins, off balance, drilled one.
They really like Higgins. They speak in great superlatives about the young guy. Had a major injury as a junior in high school, but they stayed with him in Shaker Heights out in Ohio, and he's become a solid player.
There's the three.
He can score. He and Dupay between them scored better than 70 points a game in high school.
That brings the crowd up, cuts the lead to 2. Florida's first three-pointer by their freshman, Brett Nelson.
He had a big game against BMI, a coming out party. He didn't miss his shot.
At 19 in that one. Slay looking for room to operate. Bonner with a steal. The outlet to Parker. Tennessee's got 8 turnovers. Nelson will try another. Too strong this time, and Higgins with a rebound.
One thing Florida doesn't let you get into a situation with good execution. Look at the defensive fight. Hamilton, I love the way he slides and glides. Beats guys to the spot.
Walker off balance. Harvey another rebound.
He's a rebounding machine.
The outlet to Hamilton. Here comes Gators 2-on-2. He leaves it out. Parker on the baseline. He is finally going to take it. And he's short with it. Tennessee coming back with a 2-point lead. Baker, nice drive by Del Baker.
Well, Del Baker and his brother, They went out to California and worked on their game all summer, and they came back as mature players, according to Coach Jerry Green.
So Tennessee back to a 4-point lead. Tony Harris waiting to come in, as is Isaiah Victor.
I'll tell you what's really impressive in their resume. They win 5 consecutive games on the road in the SEC. Is Nelson lights it up again. I think that's impressive, too. That's impressive.
With the defense right in his face, he buries another 3 and cuts the lead to 1.
Nice when you can rotate point guards like Nelson and Dupay.
So Florida's only 2 of 12, but the last 2 by their 6'3" freshman. Their other freshman, Harvey, not doing bad on the glass. Tennessee by 1. Tennessee leading with 9:19 to go in the first half. The Rowdy Reptiles behind out here in already his 4th year. It's almost impossible to believe it's been 4 years. He's so young.
Hey, what have those Cameron Crazies created? Everywhere we go now, people want to duplicate that.
That's right.
We had the Cliff Dwellers. Now we got the Rowdy Reptiles.
They got some bouncing around there to take the lead.
Man-to-man defense by Tennessee. Really bothering shots. They're not giving them good open shots. They're harassing them on every attempt.
Miller, nice feed inside, and Florida leads as Harvey slams
They
it.
didn't harass him there, baby. No, slam, jam, bam, inside. Power dunk time. Mr. Harvey.
First lead of the ball game for the Gators.
Hard to believe that kid is a diaper dandy. I'll tell you, he looks like a man.
Victor bumped inside. Black trying to trip it out of there, and Miller comes up with a loose ball. Another Tennessee turnover.
They're so explosive with that trapping defense. Oh, Harvey wanted it. They missed him inside. He had the big hand.
Wright going to try to take Victor to the hole. Slipped on his own, and Florida turns it right back over.
There's nothing more frustrating, Brad, to be a post guy, to post up big and not get the ball. Now look at him posting inside. There he is now. Splits the defense, catches, jams. The Georgia sensation.
72% of their scoring from their underclassmen. They have a 14-man roster, and 11 of them are freshmen or sophomores. That's how young Florida is.
Very young basketball team. One writer asked me tonight, can they win a national championship being that young? Being that talented they can, especially in the landscape of college basketball right now. Cincinnati's certainly very talented and experienced, but you got a lot of good young teams.
Carolina, 5 points shy of 1,000 now on his career that has reached its 18th game of his junior season.
In the past years, they didn't let kids like Harris get out of Memphis. Remember when Larry Finch was there during his days, and Gene Bartow years ago.
Tony played at East High School there. Second one came out on him. Hamilton on the run.
I like the potential of Hamilton.
Bonner for 3. Baker had his hands on the rebound, and Bonner, as so many times happens after missing a shot in frustration going for the rebound, picks up a cheap one.
How was this? He was valedictorian of his class. His sister, an outstanding student, and she's going to Stanford next year on a basketball scholarship.
I think the same night that he hit 2,000 high school points, she hit 1,000. Did
Wow.
see something like that?
There's Billy D on that sideline, a protege of Rick Pitino.
So Del Baker.
Look at Donovan. He's getting a good look. See, that's where you get a good angle and a good look in that corner. Come on, Billy, smile.
He's got a foot on the court. And Tennessee free throws has been killing them all year, and they've missed their last 2. Right underneath.
Beating him down the court. Free throw shooting's been a nightmare for Tennessee all year, Brad.
2-point lead now for the Gators. We're under 8 minutes.
They missed 20 against Tulsa. They lost to Tulsa. That pressure has taken Tennessee out of their offensive sets.
Hamilton just all over whoever's playing point guard. Harris trying to draw a foul and did. And that's some veteran savvy. And now Curtis Shaw says, Billy, you're going to keep messing with me. We're going to have to call a technical on you, too.
Florida foul is on number 12, Justin Hamilton.
Explanation given to the Florida coach, and no foul call on the bench.
At the line for Tennessee.
There's what we were talking about. Last 8 games under 60%. That's not going to help you much in conference play.
Well, especially when you get down to those one-point basketball games down the stretch, you got to convert on that free throw line.
And number 42, John Higgins.
Tennessee took 44 free throws in their win against Ole Miss. Went 29 of 44.
Minus 15, but they win by 38.
Yeah, that's not bad. And we got a timeout with 7:33 remaining in the first half. Tennessee regains the lead on that last free throw. Is right, and our ESPN crew all over the top of it. 16-16, Brad Nessler and Dick Vitale in a crazy place to play basketball. This is one of the funnest places to be, and it's had a good start tonight.
Yeah, it really is a great environment, and really that environment really affects the players. They play with so much energy and so much enthusiasm, and that's what gives you what we talk about, the home court edge.
Florida's had the freshmen that have done it. Brett Nelson hit a couple of threes. Donnell Harvey slammed one home, and from a scary...
I'll tell you, Quentin Richardson can flat out play. The big guy from down at the ball. I call him the big guy. He's 6'6", plays much bigger, and he's got great range now as a shooter.
So we're tied at 16. And Brett Nelson looking to dish off. He, Mike Miller, Matt Bonner, Brent Wright. He's going to go up and have it blocked by Black. And now knocked away by Vincent Yarbrough for the slam.
Oh, he's a real smooth, silky smooth player. They went to the change defenses in a timeout, went to the 2-3 set, the zone defense. Got it back playing man-to-man, multiple defenses.
Volunteers regain the lead, trying to lob underneath the right. At the O-Dome, 79%.
No need for that. Billy can't be happy with that play right there. You don't need those little extra pushes and shoves. You got to just play hoops.
I can tell you one thing. Our three officials have determined from the get-go that there's not going to be any guff taken tonight. They had a technical call that Bruce Benedict, one of our officials, called on Tony Harris early in the ball game. Curtis Shaw just made it clear to Brent Wright that what he was doing wouldn't be tolerated. Harris drills a free throw.
One more, and he's over the 1,000 mark. Hey, Bruce Benedict, you mentioned that name. Bruce Benedict used to catch for the Braves. Now was a coach last year for Bobby Valentine and the Mets. He'll be an advanced scout this year.
And a heck of a good basketball official. So Tony is at 1,000.
I always thought those catchers were a little wacky, that they'd want to put a zebra shirt on and referee.
Tony Harris becomes a 33rd Tennessee player to hit the 1,000-point barrier. O'Connell Center in Gainesville, Florida. The O-Dome alive and well tonight. And a good basketball game going on for Eastern Division's top spot in the SEC. And that is not to leave out Vandy, also at 3-1. Not playing until tomorrow.
Yeah, Kevin Stallings done a heck of a job in his first year. I like the makeup of this Tennessee team. They got quickness, they got size inside, they got depth, and certainly Jerry Green's done a solid job in coaching them, get them to understand how to play as a unit.
Black, another free throw gone astray.
That's been a nightmare for them all year long, the free throw line, shooting 63% as a team.
C.J. Black is 67% free throw shooter. Still looking for his first point tonight.
Gives him a power player on the inside.
Missed them both, but it's kept alive by Yarbrough.
Yarbrough is so active.
He's going to go over a double team. And a jam by Black, so he got his deuce off a missed shot by his teammate.
Hey, as long as you get it one way or the other, as long as you get the deuce, baby, and he got it with a big power body.
His free throw percentage just went down. His field goal percentage just went up.
City of Gainesville has not been a happy place for Volunteer fans.
Mike Miller buries a medium-range jumper.
And that's a shot that you got to be able to make. A lot of kids do not have the medium-range jump shot. Is that pressure?
Harris, cross-court pass.
Scrambling all the time out of traps.
Boy, it's been a lot of work just to get it in the front court, hasn't it?
Yes, it's been an effort to try and get into your offensive set.
Fouls by 4. Harris for 3. Nice job by Black to kick it right back to Tony Harris, who drills it.
An excellent two-man game, inside-outside game.
Miller a little bit out of control, but he did draw a foul. 25-20. Volunteers by 5.
Get that lead to quiet the crowd just a little bit.
Walker leaves it inside, and a nice job by Hazlett to go up and score.
Hazlett down inside. One of the freshmen they feel has a great future, but that was created off the penetration by Walker. Good execution by Tennessee in a half-court set.
Dupay back in there now. The point for Florida.
Always in shooting position.
And
Played very hard defensively. Have challenged them on all looks at the basket.
Number 25,
Major Parker coming back in.
You just know, and I know sitting here, they're going to knock some threes down,
yeah.
and this place is going to explode. I mean, eventually some of those threes will begin to fall.
Donnell Harvey out of Shellman, Georgia, about 3 hours south of Atlanta. Small town, great player there. Missed his second free throw.
This kid's got some quicks to his game.
Hamilton stays right with everybody, though, defensively.
Yeah, good hands, too. He's got long arms, 6'4", good defensive player.
Almost swiped it there.
Takes pride playing on the defensive end. Nice screen by Hislop.
Long three-pointer. Rebound, still Tennessee. Jabro keeps it alive. Backs it right back inside to Hayslip on a turnaround. And Harvey going up with Black. Let's see who is guilty.
Florida foul is on number 13, Mike Miller.
They're calling him Mike Miller. Neither one of them.
Mike Miller got quick.
At the line for
Got in foul
Tennessee.
trouble quickly against LSU, and static rate. They only scored 4 points, but they won by 25 without him.
Here's C.J. Black, who missed his first 2 free throws.
Yeah, if you're Florida, this is the guy you'd like to see at the line. CJ's got a little more arc to his shot, a little more touch, a little more rotation.
He's going to walk it off.
He's counting his paces off. He's counting his paces off.
You walk 15 paces, turn and fire. It's like the old duels in the old days. He needs a guy with a gun on the other end. Let's try it again, CJ. He's gonna back up about an extra foot off the line. You can see the difference from where he's shooting this one now.
Hey, why not? If you're struggling, hey, it worked. It worked. It worked. Try it again, CJ.
He went about a foot behind the line. And that was a brick. And then he says, wait a minute, something's wrong here.
He said, Mr. Official, I'm going to walk it off. Look, I'm going to look at the basket.
Okay,
it's 15
1,
feet.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 strides for him. And then turn and never move your foot.
Yeah, he likes that.
That worked. That worked.
I'll tell you, he looks like Chris Fowler shooting free throws.
Chris and Digger be along in about 4.5 minutes. 7-point volunteer lead. They've maintained now the last couple trips down court. Parker buries the 3.
Major Parker brings some experience off that bench.
There's one of the threes that Dick talked about. Crowd comes to life. Lead down to 4. Fourth court pressure. Victor's got to wait for help.
Florida foul is on number 25, Major Parker.
We're going to take a look at some traps right here. Watch traps right here coming up. They're getting into their defense. They're going to bring them to a trap in here. Freeze it right here. See, tries to bring them into a trap in here. He's looking to try and trap as well.
Isaiah Victor in the live action rips the free throw.
They're always looking to bring you to a trapping area on the floor. Victor was a kid that Kentucky wanted badly from out of the state of Kentucky.
Victor recruited and signed by Kevin O'Neill when he was Tennessee's coach before leaving for Northwestern. Got both free throws. He's not a good free throw shooter either, but he ripped both of those.
Kevin O'Neill did a great job leaving some talent there at Tennessee.
Parker kicks out. Miller is waiting on it. Got the roll.
Well, at least he squared his body and got a good look at the basket. 2 threes in a row now.
Woods back out to Victor. Nice drive by Victor.
That's a big-time move. He went right down the lane, slid, broke the defensive tandem up.
Miller says, give it to me again. That one rimmed out. Harvey trying to keep it in there, and Hathaway, the big fella, clears the board.
Well, that's what they went on of Hathaway, an experienced player, give him some rebounding. He had an injury as a freshman, had actually a shoulder problem and a flop.
Aaron entry pass that Mike Miller steals. Harvey in the paint, almost walked. He did walk.
Yeah, Curtis Shaw with the call, lifted his pivot foot in the lane.
A 5-point Tennessee lead with 3:08 remaining in the half. Gators trying to hang in with number 14 Tennessee. And they have been running up and down the court. It's Tennessee by 5 with 3:08 remaining in the first half.
I'll tell you, talk about the East, and you certainly talk Tennessee, Vanderbilt, and Florida. Don't forget Kentucky,
That's
baby.
Right.
Lost that heartbreaker to Auburn that you and I did, but then came back with a good win right after that over South Carolina, who went to overtime with Jimmy Boeheim and Syracuse.
Dupay almost stripped it away, and it's an over and back.
I'll tell you that
defensively by Dupay.
Hey, Brad, that defense just harassing. They believe in it, they have confidence in it, and they have the players that can participate and make it happen. Look at this. It's yours. It's mine. Whose is it? Oh, that's backcourt, baby. That's backcourt.
That's 11 turnovers, too. Tony Harris can only watch, sitting on the bench with 3 fouls. One was the technical called on him early.
Florida's had to play without Haslam, who was a power player on the inside earlier this year and also had a big game last year against him. Dupay, nothing but the bottom of the net. That's why you score better than 40 a game.
32-20.
He can flat out shoot the rock.
Higgins, nice move in the lane, came up short. Victor goes up on Harvey.
Isaiah Victor said, get out of here, baby. I'm going to the glass. I'm going to grab this, baby.
Dupay thought he was going to launch another one. Hamilton will try it instead. He got it.
Justin Hamilton knocks it down. Remember that name. Doesn't get a lot of publicity. He's better than people believe.
And then it was one. 34-33 under 2 minutes and a half.
Matter of time the way they shoot the three.
Crowd definitely into it now. Victor, another finger roll off the glass.
Great move without the basketball by Victor. Sliding down the lane. Good movement. Good execution. Well coached.
Hamilton, he'll try to tie it. The backside rebound is Yarbrough. A minute and a half till halftime. If you missed our first game, a thrilling Indiana victory over Iowa. Now here in the SEC.
I'm Buzz, and
I'm Shirley.
The Rowdy Reptiles enjoying themselves tonight. Tennessee leading Florida, though, 36-33 with a minute 20 remaining in the first half. Over there on that scorers table, a guy that's been there for a long time, Casey Upshaw, we know, is watching over in Arkansas tonight, waiting the results on a bone marrow scan. He's worked here a long time, and everybody over on that scorers table, Casey, wishes you the best, and so do we.
Yes, sir. We send our best, and our prayers are with you, Casey.
you're out the door. Thank you.
Florida with an opportunity to tie it. The steal by Dupay and immediately zip the pass back inside to Kenyon Weeks for the slam.
Well, for all you young kids out there, you see what Dupay did? Look how his head is up. Look how his head is up. You can see he has eyes. He's looking up. He's not looking at the floor.
0 for 7 shooting threes, which gave Tennessee that early momentum. Tony Harris did a good job, even though he got the technical for popping off. But the fact is, they're in control of the game. It's going to be a war in the second half.
Cold start, foul problems for Haslam. Florida very fortunate to be only down a point. Coming up in the courtyard by Marriott. Halftime before we'll have highlights from the Big Ten. Guyton.
Home winning streak. Welcome back, everybody. Brad Nessler and Dick Vitale. You know, 52% from the field for Tennessee. They out-rebounded Florida, but the great equalizers, a three-point shot, and forcing turnovers. That's what Florida's done well.
Well, they forced 13 turnovers, and that'll keep you in the game, and they knocked down 6 out of 20 from the trifecta. Though it's not a great percentage, it certainly kept them in the game. We're going to see some of the relentless pressure right here. There's Miller. Now we're going to see the full-court trap. Freeze it right here. Now here's this. We're going to watch them right now bring the ball up the sideline where they have a little overload. Now here comes the freeze it. Here comes the trap, right? Open man. He's going to wheel and throw the ball cross here against the trap. Now there it is, the skip pass. Now we're going to watch Isaiah Victor freeze it. Wide open. Nobody retreats back. He'll slide down the lane. He'll catch the ball in the traffic and get himself a layup. Great movement without the ball. The utilization of the skip pass made that happen.
That basket part of the 52% from the floor I was talking about. They had more than twice as many free throws, but you see that 6 for 20 from three-point land. That has helped keep Florida in the game, and they've got a chance to take the lead as we open the second half.
They're averaging only making 7.2 from the three-point line this year. A 1-3-1 set by Tennessee defensively.
Weeks almost lofted one right there on the opening possession. Dupay will. Way off the mark. And Weeks is there almost to clean up on the baseline. They get 3 tries. They might get 4. They do, and it goes.
Was a little happy with some playing time, basically. A little personal problem to take care of, but he's come back really strong for him since then.
Florida by 2. I may have said for the tie. They got the lead.
This is big. He's got 3 fouls. He can't afford 4. They can afford to lose Haslam because they can replace him with Harvey. But Tennessee can't afford to lose Harris.
Black's going to try one. That is not probably the shot Jerry Green's looking for. And Florida walks with it. They had two guys on the rebound, and Haslam and Miller.
Jerry Green did a solid job at Oregon as well before he went to Tennessee. As you look here at Weeks and Harris. Weeks not shooting the ball well in the last 4 games. Harris playing well.
Only 11, but sat down at about the 6-minute mark with the 3 fouls. Victor, he's been strong all night.
I really like him, Brad. They've been unable to stop him. It's been a mismatch inside trying to check Isaiah Victor.
Now we're tied at 40.
Florida likes to get a lot of motion, screens, pass, go away. They lead the league in team assists, 19 assists a game. Billy Donovan charts that. That means they're playing unselfish.
Haslam from 17. Tip in by Miller, or a slam in by Miller, whatever you want to call it.
Michael Miller, the M&M man, I'll tell you, he's got great talent.
Harris off balance. Blocking foul on Haslam.
They wanted to charge. That would have been big had they called that number 4.
The two officials are having a confab. Let's see who's going to win this.
If that's 4, Mr. Nessler.
They go to the scorer's table. We'll find out in a minute.
I thought it was a block. And I thought they had the right call.
I think Curtis Shaw and Rick Crawford each had different opinions of who that foul was on. So both coaches will wait. We'll wait as well.
Jerry Green, Eric Pauley, Chris Ferguson. Remember the stat? Eric Pauley played at Kansas when Jerry was an assistant coach. With Roy Williams. Oh, double foul.
A double foul. They had taken
a lot of confusion out there on that floor.
Tony Harris got the other foul, and I guess that's 4 on him, although he's looking at the bench as though he's got to leave the game. There's the collision. Harris and Haslam both called for a foul. And now the discussion still going on. Explanation to Jerry Green.
They had indicated to us that Haslam had 3, and now they said he had 2 here at halftime. So that's a break for Florida.
Yep.
That looked like a charge right there, staring at that baby.
Tony Harris playing in a danger zone now, personal foul-wise. Victor has scored the last 12 points, the last 14 points for Tennessee.
I'll tell you, he can finish inside. Not many guys can catch the ball on the interior and finish the play. He can.
Here's Haslam underneath, and he got mugged.
See a Victor. I'll tell you, he's quick inside. Look at me, spots an opening in the defense, and he just explodes to the basket.
Got a super quick first step, and he can jump out of the gym once he takes off.
Hard to believe that he can go into slumps where he's non-existent. Hey, Mr. Nessler, you gave me that note before. You gave me that note.
Now I got to go to Knoxville next Tuesday.
That's a great play, Stone. What a job Pat Summitt's done down there, even though they lost yesterday to Georgia.
Thompson Bowling Arena will be cooking for that one against Auburn next Tuesday night, part of Super Tuesday. Yarbrough outside, buried at 3.
King Vincent, I'll tell you, he stepped his game up, and now he wants to do a little talking to Mike Miller. 2 super Souths doing a little talking to each other.
Puts the Vols back in front by 1. Nice feed to Haslam, in low, and Yarbrough got a hand on that. That was a great entry pass by Weeks.
Yeah, he was a little hesitant taking it to the goal. I don't think he anticipated Yarbrough coming from the help side.
Still Florida ball, 24 on the shot clock.
Here comes Yarbrough rotating over from the help side.
Now the turnover. Teddy Dupay gets it right back. He's had some big steals tonight. And there's another turnover.
I'll tell you, the way Florida plays, you're going to see a lot of helter-skelter. But it would be fun to play in that kind of situation if you're an athlete that likes to run and press.
Baker, Higgins, Black, Victor, and Yarbrough on the floor for the Vols. And Higgins had it stripped. Victor, nice feed to Black underneath.
And that's where CJ can be very effective on the inside. He lost some weight. He had put some weight on last year, struggled, didn't have a big-time year. Was tough as a freshman.
That quiets the crowd momentarily with Tennessee in front by 3. Tie game, if that goes, it won't. And Victor, a one-handed rebound.
A little showtime. See, they're trying to play a little bit to their pace right now, Tennessee. Jerry Green's a great believer in execution, swinging the ball.
Higgins sliced through, and nobody picked him off.
See, that's the one area, Billy Donovan needs a TO, baby. That's the one area where Florida, to me, has to really work hard at playing half-court defense.
So a timeout taken by Florida as they suddenly trail by 5. 16-20 remaining in the ball game. Isaiah Victor's done a little bit of everything tonight, including one-handed rebound.
Oh, look at this here. One hand, a little showtime. He made like our producer, Kim Belton, when he did that at Stanford.
Kim only did that once in 4 years, though.
Kim was a power guy.
Florida. Victor takes a break. He's scored the majority of Tennessee's points tonight. Has his club in front by 5 and gets a breather with 16-10 left. Brad Nessler and Dick Vitale from the O-Dome. O'Connell Center. Packed house. Seeing if Florida can stretch their win streak at home to 12. Right for 3. Miller trying to follow. He lost his balance going up a little bit and then lost the handle on it. And a free deuce went by the board.
Yeah, should have caught that basketball and laid that right down. Florida does a great job with dribble penetration and then kicking the ball out to open guys ready to shoot the 3. And a zoning. Look at the zone instead of their man-to-man. Go to a 2-3 set.
Slay double team. Trying to weave through it. Came up short on the shot, and the rebound is Miller.
They like Slay's future. Came out of Oak Hill Academy, one of the great producers of college players.
Miller thought about a 3. Spin pass into the post to Haslam instead. Udonis had one rim out, and Hathaway will clear it.
So one of the reasons they're not scoring as many threes this year is because they're getting better post play from guys like Harvey and Haslam.
Del Baker knows he missed Slay, who was back before anybody else and would have had a cheap one. He couldn't quite get the pass to him.
I'll tell you, these fouls aren't going away, Brad. They aren't going away. They're not intimidated. They've won 5 in a row on a road. Jerry Green's got them believing. They're well prepared. He was very confident today when you and I were having something to eat. He came over, going to a team meeting.
Well, he's confident right now, too, with a 5-point lead with just over 15 to play from Gainesville. Everybody's got their own look, including the Donovan boys. So far tonight, though, Tennessee has kept those guys pretty much in check.
Yeah, hasn't been that scary here. The horror house has not really prevailed. Tennessee has quieted them down.
Lob underneath and a slam by Yarbrough. Perfect pass.
I'll tell you, poor job by Florida defensively. Nobody's seeing ball and man. Poor job of executing in their half-court game. They got to get stronger there. They're not going to get back and win this game.
Higgins dropped that pass in beautifully, and it's a 7-point lead. That matches the biggest advantage of the first half of the ball.
And Higgins doesn't turn the ball over. He's a good passer.
Haslam inside against Hathaway.
That's power, baby. That's power against power. They get a T here, I think, too.
Oh, and now.
Well, see, we almost could feel something was going to happen. Haslam's got to calm down. He'll hurt his team. He'll hurt his team. They're losing right now. He's just got to calm down and play basketball.
Hathaway is talking. Haslam being restrained by Billy Donovan and his staff.
And they're laughing. Look at Slay. He's laughing. You want to just play basketball, baby.
Well, Haslam got the bucket. Cut the lead to 5.
Billy Donovan very calm. So is Jerry Green. There's Hathaway getting a hug from coach. Udonis has got to just play basketball. Udonis.
Double technicals have been assessed.
Double technical.
To Tennessee, number 55, Charles Hathaway, his second foul.
That's 4 on Haslam.
See, Haslam really hurts his club. He gets his 4th foul with the technical because the technical counts as a personal. I mean, no reason for that at all. Just score. That's just a poor, poor job of keeping your cool. Now he's going to post inside. He's strong. He locks on a box, gets the ball, sits in the post. Now here he is catching the ball, wheels, scores. Now just run down the other end of the floor.
Took a little bit of a right hand to the side of the head, it looked like, from Hathaway.
Yeah, but you don't have to react to that, Brad. You scored, you go down the other end, because you know what? They got to react, so he's going to get nailed.
That's right. Good job by the officials to jump in there in a hurry. And so now Haslam on the bench with 4. Tony Harris has 4 for Tennessee. The officials trying to restore order, and when all the smoke clears, it's a 5-point Tennessee lead with 14 and a half to go.
He's too good a player, and they need him on the floor. He's very effective. He's really worked hard on his game. He hurts his club by sitting on the sideline.
Hey, it's just big traffic in there, and now Hathaway clears the rebound. I'd stay out of the way of those elbows right now.
Hathaway is a rebounder, rebounded well early in his career. Lost a lot of playing time to the young people that came aboard.
Florida's going to have to come up, as you said, Dick, with some defensive stops now, or this thing could get out of hand on them. They've always got the three-point shot to fall back on, but they don't want to let Tennessee get too far in front. Slay, the rebound off to Bonner.
Ball's not falling for Slay, but you're right, Brad. He plays with a lot of enthusiasm, and he's got ability to go inside and out.
Bonner in the paint, too strong off the glass.
Yeah, Bonner's got to get some looks for a three. He can knock the three down.
Baker, oh man, half the way, just level Dupay, setting a pick.
See, they got to get cooler heads. They're going to win this game. Whatever team gets under control mentally and emotionally is going to win this basketball game.
Miller feeds inside, and Donnell Harvey is fouled.
See, Harvey's got to learn to recognize, Brad, as soon as two people attack him, to find the open man, especially the way they shoot the three. He's pouncing the ball on the deck of the floor, and he's got a double team facing him. And those are the little things you have to learn to become a complete player.
Everybody's getting a little chippy right now. There was more talking after that last foul call.
Except you and I, we're having fun.
That's right, Harvey is too.
There's Harvey sliding down the lane.
Down to three.
Just play basketball. That's the way you get everybody on your side. You play hard, you play tenacious basketball.
Black to Baker. They break the press.
Crowd is starting to get into it now. Florida zoning, not playing man-to-man in their half-court set.
Not once tonight, and there's a turnover.
Unnecessary turnover. Yarbrough unhappy right there with his brother Dell. He said, come on now, let's make better passes, baby.
Throws it away.
I'll tell you one thing about Teddy Dupay. He's a leader on the floor. He's always inspiring people, tapping guys on the back. Played for the same high school coach, Frankie Morris, as Billy Donovan did.
Donovan at St. Agnes.
Yes, sir.
Here's Dupay.
He played over in Fort Myers, Dupay. His coach wanted to get some sunshine and some beach.
Almost 3,800 points worth of sunshine. Scoring the high school player. Miller on a drive.
Michael Miller sliding in, gliding, getting to the rack. We got a good one, Mr. Nessler, just like last week with Auburn and Kentucky.
51-50 going for the steal was Miller, and he almost got it. Long jumper, Harvey the rebound.
Here come the Gators, baby. The Rowdy Reptiles are going to start to explode.
Dupay almost lost the handle. Hamilton for the lead. Bonner, the backside rebound. Dupay says, let's calm down, guys. Let's get another shot at it.
See, that's leadership. Bring it out. Manage some time. Get the ball to the right people.
Gators looking to regain the advantage with 11:56 to go. It's Dupay, missed a layup. I think he thought somebody was going to come in there and take a swipe at it. Nobody did. Timeout. 11:53 to go. Tennessee still leading, but it's been cut to one.
So, Jimmy, who's the best?
Haslam and Harris each with four. Bonner off the inbounds pass. Missed the jumper, and Harvey fouled.
I'll tell you, he's a big-time offensive rebounder. And oh, does Tennessee miss Tony Harris. That fourth foul on Harris was really big.
52-51, steal by Dupay.
Here come the Gators, baby.
He's going to penetrate. It's
Here
gone.
come the Gators. Get a TO, baby. Get a TO. Now it's getting scary. Now it's becoming a house of horrors.
54-51.
Oh, you can feel the energy and electricity, Mr. Nessler.
30-second timeout.
Timeout. Tennessee.
Volunteers, 30-second timeout.
10 straight Florida points.
Passion and love for what he's doing.
Three-pointer won't go. Woods keeps it alive, and he's fouled. Dupay and Weeks are both there. It's going to be Dupay with the foul.
Well, you look at Florida's bench. They outscored LSU 49-20. Tonight, 23-6. I mean, their bench are like starters.
Yeah. And Brett Nelson just checked in, and he was really one of the spark plugs in the first half for Florida.
Terrence Woods, a good shooter, was a two-way player of the year.
Missed that one, though, and the rebound is Bonner's. Outlet to Dupay. Florida looking to run. It's Weeks who sent and he missed it. Woods with a rebound.
And that's the one guy you'd want to shoot, even though he's been struggling the last 3 or 4 games. He's a 40% shooter from the three-point line. The zone has bothered Tennessee a little bit, the 2-3 zone.
Florida's rattled off 10 straight points as we approach the 10-minute mark. They lead by 3. Walker looking to get rid of it. Almost had it stolen. Here's Victor. Yarbrough is open, and he missed it from outside the arc. Bonner, another rebound. Wait a minute. They're going to call a foul on Bonner, I guess. Over the back, maybe on C.J. Black. That's the call. That's 4 on Bonner.
Florida fouls on number 15, Matt Bonner.
It's going to be interesting to see when Jerry Green pulls the trigger and brings Harris back on.
Oh, the shove. There's the shove. That's a good call.
Tony Harris.
Yeah, good call right there on the baseline by Curtis Shaw.
Well, Tennessee's going to sink or swim right now with their leading point guard, Tony Harris, off the bench.
I really salute him for making that decision because this can get away from him. This can get away. You got to go down with your big guy if you're going to go down. He can step in the gap and shoot the ball, Harris.
Victor, offensive foul.
Good job defensively by Florida, rotating in. 4-star, give it a 5-star.
Haven't seen it yet.
Oh, go see it. Phenomenal acting job by Denzel Washington. Academy Award.
3-point lead past the midway point of the half. Dupay had set up for a 3, spins the pass inside to right. Now Weeks on the...
What a great pass on the inside. Unselfish basketball, baby. Right down the gut of the defense. That's team basketball. Move the ball, move without it. Yes, you should give him a hug. Right down the gut of the defense. Look at Wright. Wright kicks it down the gut. And there's his buddy, Mr. Weeks, jamming that baby home. Oh, nice pass by Brent.
Dupay with a rebound. And we got C.J. Black down holding his face on the other end of the court, so the officials stop play. And the trainer hustles out, as will Coach Green. C.J. Black, a senior.
Experienced player on the inside, a power guy, shot blocker.
Looks like Harvey with the left hand trying to battle for that rebound. Got him. And trying to get his eye open. Checks in.
He's got to keep under control right now, Hathaway. Don't need his presence with Black out of the game.
Trouble getting it inbound. Nice job defensively by Tennessee on the inbound play. It's Florida by 5.
Getting some nice movement without the ball right now, Florida. There's another example. Cutting without the ball.
Right. Lane violation.
3-second lane violation.
Florida, not too many turnovers tonight. They forced a lot more than they've had themselves. Mike Miller hustles.
Next to him on a bench with Rick Pitino. Herb Sendick tomorrow against Duke. This might be the best team North Carolina State has in the tenure under Mr. Sendick.
Sixth team
Foul on Brett Nelson.
Substitution for Florida, number 52.
Even on the bill for the top spot in the SEC East. In fact, if Tennessee wins, they'll be all alone on top by a half game. If Florida wins, there'd be a tie with Vandy, with Tennessee dropping back a half game.
That's the competitive juices these clubs have. 15-2, 13-2. Really want to win. That's what it's about in these programs.
Baker had to shag that one down, or would have hit Dick in the head.
Yeah, he would have made like a flanker right there.
Tony Harris,
Are you
downtown Gainesville, missed it.
He shot that from Ocala. He shot that from Wayne Lucas's horse farm.
Here's Miller, pretty long one of his own, rimmed out. Weeks keeps it alive.
Kenny Weeks giving him a rebounder out at the guard slot.
He just double dribbled. He put the ball on the
Yes,
floor
he
with
did.
both hands. That's a good call.
Yes, he did.
Double triple.
I mean, this is beyond the NBA line where he shoots his three. Are you serious, Tony? Freeze it. I mean, look at this. Here's the line. Are you kidding me? I mean, that is beyond an NBA three.
In his defense, I think there was 3 seconds on the shot clock, but it was still a mile away. Florida with the rebound, the ball, and the lead by 5 as we approach 8 minutes.
Tennessee not executing in the last 5 minutes like they did earlier. This guy always wants to make a spectacular play. Look, he's ready to make the Jason Williams rebirth again. Jason was something special. We saw him one time against Kentucky.
Right inside on a nice feed for Miller.
I'll tell you, I like Brent Wright. Doesn't get a lot of publicity. He's active. He can guard people. He rebounds.
Biggest lead of the night for the Gators. Harris trying to quiet the crowd and get his team back in, and that's what he does.
And that's what a P.T. Beer does. A star player makes the big play.
Lob attempt, and that was an attempt at too big a play by Brett Nelson. He just pointed at his head. That's exactly what you were talking about, Dick.
Always
throws it away.
Always trying to make the all-star play, the spectacular play.
Tony Harris playing with foul trouble, but just buried a three that with 7 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the game has cut Florida's lead down to 4. Covers it all. Game, and no foul call as Harris and Harvey go out of bounds. Harris got to breathe a sigh of relief there.
And so did Coach Jerry Green. And you and I are going to see some great guards on Thursday. I can't wait. Scooney Penn and Mr. Red hooking up together.
Cleaves.
Yes, sir. Charlie Bell.
Yep.
Morris Peterson. It should be fun down in Columbus, Ohio. We'll get down to see Herb Street and the gang.
Yep. We'll be there as part of a triple header on Thursday night. Dick and I will open things up at 7 o'clock with the Buckeyes and the Spartans. Here it's the Gators and the VOLS. The Gators with a lead by 4.
They're always catching in triple threat position where you can pass, shoot, or drive.
Nelson had it stripped away. And a foul to follow. Both by Nelson.
I think what happens with Brent Nelson, he comes on the floor and he tries to make things happen immediately as C.J. Black working on an eye with some ice on it.
Tennessee will now shoot the bonus.
Tennessee in a bonus with 7:03 remaining. The problem is they're not a great free throw shooting team. There's a rebound story as Tennessee had control in the first half. Florida's answered in the second half. Isaiah Victor has been the answer all night for Tennessee. 15 points to lead them in scoring. And he continues to be hot from the free throw line. He's hit 5 straight and 6 of 7.
He's done a good job for Jerry Green, who directed Tennessee to its first back-to-back NCAA tournament bids in '99 since 1983.
Isaiah missed the second one. It's a 3-point ball game.
They need a defensive stop right now. Carter's got to go inside and outside with Harvey.
Dupay, did he get a timeout? He got a call.
30-second timeout.
The equalizer was the 3-point shot in the first half, but now they're just playing solid basketball.
Yeah, just playing good ball movement, good player movement, very solid play. I mean, it's been great now on Tuesday. Last week you had Michigan State, Indiana, and we had Auburn, Kentucky. Tonight, that unbelievable matchup. The young guy comes home, Steve Alford, gets beaten, a real nail-biter by his boss, the General. Just a great, great matchup. And now this game here coming down the stretch. Great doubleheaders.
Highest scoring teams in the SEC. That's not going to be the case tonight right now in the 50s.
Well, the last 5 games, they've only allowed Tennessee 58 points a game.
Dupay. And shot clock violations to Florida with another turnover. And that's exactly what Dick was talking about. Tennessee needing to stop. They'll take it any way they can get it. If that means Teddy Dupay taking a 35-footer, then that's the case.
A good job defensively by Tennessee. I'll tell you one thing the Gators have going for them. They have balanced minutes with their players. They got 10 Gators who are averaging 12 minutes or more. They have rested players all the time.
9 of those, 15 or more a game. And that is pretty deep. They've used a bunch of guys tonight. We showed you the disparity on their bench scoring tonight, as was the case.
We're going to see now if this crowd can cheer them home with a W on their home floor. Or can Tennessee break that last 8 games? This 8 times they've been here, they've left with an L.
Trying to get the game clock reset. As you can see, it's at 19:59, and Dick and I don't even want to be here that long unless it's overtime. And I'm sure Rich and Stewart don't want to wait that long for Sports Center. So.
Haslam still sitting with that 4th foul.
Tony Harris, tough catch on the baseline. I'd like to see him rip another 3. It'll be Higgins instead, and it came out on him. Battle for the rebound, jump ball, possession arrow is going to stay in Tennessee's hand.
And Hathaway walks over to the official, so I like that call. That's a good call. He averaged 7 rebounds a game as a freshman, and sophomore had tough luck with a blood clot. He had a blood clot in his shoulder.
C.J. Black looks like he's done for the night.
Florida staying with the zone.
Just over 6 to play. 3-point ball game. Gators in front. Tony Harris, another bomb. And the rebound is Harvey.
See, I don't think you need that shot, Brad. That is way out of 3-point range. I mean, that's out of Reggie Miller's range. I mean, Reggie, we know, could flat-out shoot it for Indiana when he did it at UCLA as well.
That one he didn't have to take shot clock-wise. Mike Miller pulls up and takes one, and that doesn't go either. And the rebound's Yarbrough.
Michael falling back on the shot. He's not shooting the ball with confidence. You can see it's not being shot with a world of confidence.
Yeah, last 3 games he's been kind of quiet, although he does have 13 quiet points tonight.
It's that 2-3 zone.
Yarbrough for the tie. Got it.
Vincent Yarbrough steps right in the gap. I really like this kid. He plays under control. He's got good quickness.
Well, here we go. 58-58.
What we thought it would be, baby. 2 of the best in the SEC coming down the stretch here.
Harvey wants it down low. Miller on top. Now they get it to Donnell. Working against Hathaway with a left hand.
That's where good things happen, Mr. Nessler. Get the ball in deep. Get it to a guy that can finish around 5 feet from the goal. And Harvey can do that. That is his strength.
11 for the freshman. Gives his team a 2-point lead. Yarbrough for the Tennessee lead. Swiped out of the air by Harvey. And the outlet pass. Miller's open. He got it to him. Oh, what a shot by Victor.
Wow. What a super play by Isaiah Victor, hustling back with the block shot, the good angle.
That looked like a sure thing, and number 44 came flying out of nowhere. Here he is on the offensive end. Hathaway in close. And a blocking foul going to be called on Harvey. There's that long outlet from Harvey to Mike Miller. It looks like a layup coming up.
Well, he's anticipating now. Here comes Mr. Victor with the great angle. He had the excellent angle for the block shot. No body contact. Got those long arms and that quickness and that agility.
Charles Hathaway, 61% free throw shooter this year.
Oh, free throws, free throws, free throws.
How many times have we said it, huh?
Oh, that's just such an unbelievable problem. Look at Jerry. At least he's keeping his hair. It's not falling out.
It's getting grayer by the minute, though.
Well, tonight, 13 for 21.
At least they're getting opportunities.
They're going to win a lot of games this year, Tennessee, no matter what happens here.
Missed them both.
Could have had a tie basketball game.
Miller feeding Haslam and Hathaway. Good hustle. You know, those folks thought those were good seats down there until they had a 290-pounder coming at them.
Take a look at this 3 now. We're going to see by Harris. Now watch this 3. I mean, we're going to reverse the ball. Now look at the shot clock is.
21 seconds.
A lot of time. Now look where he's shooting from. I mean, way behind the 3. Got to know time, and you got to know where you are on the floor at all times.
Under 4 minutes now, 2-point game. Gators in front. Brad Nessler, Dick Vitale, and our ESPN crew at the O'Connell Center, Gainesville, Florida. Dupay had to get rid of it. 5 on the shot clock, stripped by Victor. What a game he's had in both ways.
Give it up, bring it back out. He's got to bring it out, get it away from traffic.
Harris for the lead. Tipped in by Victor.
Isaiah Victor's doing it all for them. Defensively, rebounding, scoring on the inside.
Tied at 60. 3:20 left in regulation.
You got a good one. Don't leave this one, baby. SEC, here it is.
Dupay got free momentarily. Harris playing with 4 fouls. Dupay takes into the hole.
What a nice little stutter step on the inside. A little delay, frees them. He wants to go right. Loves going right.
Swatted out of there by Wright. And not a bad move by Victor. Decided to take it against Haslam, who's got foul trouble. And now we got a timeout. Isaiah Victor has kept Tennessee in the thick of it, but it's Florida leading by 2 with 2:58 remaining. coaches' nicknames. Jeter set to cash score 62-60 Florida. And Tennessee with 2 timeouts remaining. You see the foul situation. Possession arrow is Florida.
I know Stuart Scott will be talking about the bomb of Derek Jeter. How would you like to represent Derek Jeter? Oh, wow. If I can get 5% of that action, I'll be all right.
Harris, Higgins, Yarbrough, Black, and Slay on the floor for Tennessee. Slay's going to take it. And didn't get the roll, but the follow by Yarbrough.
Nobody blocks out when the law starts in the game of college basketball. There's Vincent Yarbrough with the offensive rebound, the second leading rebounder on the team, and nobody lays a body on him.
2.5 minutes left, and an elbow foul on Slay working against.
Now look at the offside. Here he comes from the offside, Vincent Yarbrough. Nobody lays a body on him. The coaches work on that and work on that and work on that. Block out, find your man.
The O-Dome quiets for Wright to take the free throw. The 6'8" junior missed it and has left the door open for Tennessee.
Vincent Yarbrough said quiet to the crowd.
Yeah.
Look at one of those.
Remember, Vandy is sitting at home with a 3-1 conference mark, saying who's going to join us? Will it be Tennessee to go to the head of the class by a half game, or Florida to tie the Commodores for the top spot in the East? That's what's at stake right now. Both teams ranked in the top 14 in the nation. Florida number 9 with an 11-game home winning streak. Tennessee's won 5 straight conference games on the road. 3 on the shot clock. Yarbrough's got to toss it up there. He did hit the iron, and then a follow.
Again, an offensive rebound. Again, nobody blocking out.
And the VOLS lead by 2, courtesy of C.J. Black.
Well, the last 2 possessions, a poor job by Florida in executing on how to block out. This is a big possession for Florida. They really need a deuce in this possession.
And Wright is fouled before the shot.
C.J. Black came back on the floor, was able to contribute. I guess that eye's okay now. Little puff.
Ron Slay picked up that foul, and he goes to the bench.
You know, Jerry Green was talking about to us about experience, and they have experience, and that's certainly big, especially playing on a road in an environment like this.
Well, they started 14-1, which was the second best in school history. Dick mentioned they lost to Tulsa in the championship of the Puerto Rico Classic in a game where they shot poorly from the stripe, and Tulsa shot 60% from the field. As Wright hits that one.
Tulsa's really good. I'll tell you, they're going to really be an outstanding team. A threat to watch all year long, including the NCAA, with guys like Hill and Brandon Kurtz and Harrington and Osinski.
Brent Wright had missed his last free throw. He hits a couple there, though, and they were big ones.
They're playing the 2 big guys together right now. Haslam and Harvey, the H square.
Minute and a half to go. We're tied at 64.
And the Rowdy Reptiles are up, baby. They're up.
Black underneath. He's going to get a second chance. And pushed out.
They are really beating Florida to the second shot on the offensive glass. 3 possessions in a row now. They have absolutely beat Florida to the ball.
And Haslam is gone.
Here's our guy that measures it, walks it off. Now goes back to the line.
He's backed up about a foot. It's hard to tell with his feet. They're so big, but I'd say it's about a foot behind the stripe. Well, it's more than that, actually, when you get that angle.
Some of the people that weren't with us earlier, what he does, he goes under the basket and then marches off and counts and gets a little feel as to where he wants to shoot from.
Haslam has fouled out Udonis. Only 4 points tonight. Nope. There, he marked the floor with a little piece of paper so he knows where he puts his. Now he's got his toe back. I guess it was his gum, whatever he was chewing on.
Look at this here. He marks it 1 foot away. I'll tell you one thing. No, he's got his gum right there.
Oh, he missed it. He should have had a bigger wad of gum.
Big possession right now by Florida. Tie basketball game. Teddy Dupay, an outstanding free throw shooter with the ball in his hands.
64-64, and we are under a minute. Lob inside to Harvey. Harvey with a left hand. Got it.
I'll tell you, he really can operate down in deep. He is so strong in deep. They got to watch Harris, who can flat out shoot that 3. Got to match up on him. Playing man-to-man right now. Came out of the zone.
Harris is looking for a screen on Dupay, and nobody's coming out to help him.
They got a 1-4 set. They're trying to get an isolation.
Jerry Green says, let's go to work on offense. Quit looking for a pick. Yarborough on the baseline, partially blocked. Florida ball.
Teams.
At the line.
The Teddy DuPay will step up a 77% free throw shooter this year, 81% last year.
Oh, wow.
And that means a one-possession game if he hits this and Tennessee gets the ball. They're going to trail by only 3. Unless Florida gets an offensive rebound on a miss, then it's a whole different story.
You watch him in a pregame. The guy doesn't miss a free throw. I mean, he's thinking too much. Just go up there and shoot that baby. Relax.
Missed them both. And now Tennessee with the ball under 20 seconds.
They can win it with a 3.
They can send it to overtime with a deuce, win it with a 3. Timeout in the front court by Higgins with 14.4 to play in regulation.
They really wish they had Harris, but they don't, so they got to go with what they have right now. Higgins is an excellent passer. He's a guy that can make something happen for someone to get open. And it's the offensive rebound you got to really be concerned with. I've seen so many times the missed shot, and it's the second shot that comes back to haunt you.
Teddy DuPay normally at the free throw line in the late stages, no problem. He missed it, and Harris, who just fouled out by sending DuPay to the line. Ooh.
Oh, Tony, you don't need that, Tony.
(66-64). Florida in front. Tennessee ball. 14.4 left. Higgins at the point with Harris on the bench.
He's an excellent passer, Higgins. He can create for people.
Almost threw that one away. Gets it back, Hamilton all over. And you got to pick off balance shot. Doesn't go. Who's going to get the rebound? Victor. Throws it up and in at the buzzer.
And isn't it fitting? He's been sensational all day, King Victor. He's been sensational all day long.
0.3 seconds remaining. Isaiah Victor, as Dick said, has been the man. That's his 20th point. And it's 66-66. This thing's going to overtime.
And Brad, we just talked about the second shot, the offensive rebound, the most dangerous play after a situation like that. Nobody blocks out. Here comes Isaiah Victor, comes up with the loose ball and has the presence to be able to be under balance and to be able to turn and shoot that little baseline jumper. He's been a star of stars all night long.
Boy, has he ever.
King Isaiah.
Junior
yes.
Out of Hopkinsville, Tennessee. Isaiah Victor with a huge shot just before the end of regulation buzzer. 0.3 seconds left. Florida's going to throw it the length of the floor, and nobody home on the other end. We go to overtime.
We go to overtime. Now remember, Tennessee playing a little bit short now without Tony Harris.
66, Tennessee, 66.
66-66 to end regulation. A lot more basketball in the SEC coming up when we come back.
Welcome to Beat the Bug.
Tied at 6.
The Bug.
Tied at 66. Brad Nessler and Dick Vitale back at the O-Dome where things... This is fitting, right, to go to overtime after the way we've had it tonight?
Well, you know what? They don't block out. See, you got to get up like this, and you got to block the guy out. You can't let him get inside for that rebound.
Isaiah Victor in the last 7 seconds was the guy, as we watch it, the off-balance shot. Now, here's what Dick was talking about. Everybody goes up, nobody blocks out. Isaiah Victor just wheels and delivers as he's done all night long.
No, the last 3 possessions, Florida's been burned. If I was Billy Donovan tomorrow when I get to practice, we're going to block out all day long to learn the art. When a shot goes up, you find your man and you lay a body on him and you don't let him get inside position.
You wonder now, though, with Tony Harris on the bench having fouled out, although Haslam has fouled out too, a starter for Florida, if the Gators don't have the edge. They're at home. They've got Teddy DuPay with no foul trouble. They've got Mike Miller with no foul trouble.
Tell you one thing, Billy Donovan right now, being at home, to me, definitely has the edge and has the double edge with Harris out for a 5-minute period of time.
Yep.
Tell you, that guy could shoot the rock when he played Billy Donovan. He was automatic. 1987 went to the Final Four with Steve Alford. That was the year he led Indiana to that national championship.
There's a foul situation. Remember, SportsCenter follows our game whenever it's over from Gainesville.
Stewart and company are waiting there anxiously.
They can go grab another cup of coffee. We got 5 minutes more. DuPay's going to pull up jumper on the opening, and Harvey follows.
Mr. Harvey, I'll tell you, the offensive rebound has been effective in this game.
Coming down the other way, Yarbrough misses and Miller clears it off. Harvey with that basket now has 15 points off the Florida bench.
It's nice when you can substitute and bring a Harvey in for a Haslam. And he gets the ball down deep. He is so tough to defend.
Nice give and go with Miller and Wright, who works the baseline, trying to kick it out to Kenyon Weeks. And knocked out of bounds with 16 on the shot clock.
Momentum is so big when you go to an OT. Uncle Mo really is so big if it swings your way. Gives you such an emotional lift, especially early in the OT.
Lob underneath, trying to get it to Harvey. Black with a nice job fronting him and picks off the pass.
That was a Marconi special. I mean, that was telegraphed all the way. I even seen that with my one eye. He's going to make that pass.
C.J. Black apparently seen it with one eye, too. He went out with an injured eye earlier in the second half.
Florida back in the zone. And usually when you're in a zone, you don't have blockout responsibilities, and it creates a problem.
Victor and Baker. Now Higgins. Remember, Harris is fouled out. Their key three-point shooter, Brett Wright, trying to knock it away, but Yarbrough slices through there and drew a foul.
See, I think Vincent Yarbrough's a little bit too unselfish, Brad. I think he's got to look a little bit more to be an offensive threat. He's got good offensive ability. It's just been incredible. What a day in college basketball tonight.
Well,
we had the general, and we had his protege.
They shook
Steve
hands.
Alford.
If you missed it,
It was like hide and
sneak
seek
attack on Steve Alford and his dad.
It was like hide and seek.
Tonight, no problem with Billy Donovan, Jerry Green. I don't know if it's going to be a late shaking hand situation, though, when this one's over, because we're in overtime.
Real late.
And Yarbrough misses a free throw.
I can't believe the way some of these guys go to the line and brick on these free throws. All-Americans in high school. And here's a look at Vincent Yarbrough. He's a 75% shooter. Came back strong this year. A lot more mature. Worked out in California with his brother.
Taking his time on the second one. And delivered it. That cuts the Gators' lead to 1, 68-67 in overtime.
The Big Orange are going to be hurt from all year long in the SEC.
They've got a week off before their home game next Tuesday night. I'll be up in Knoxville for that one.
Yeah,
that'll be an exciting
Auburn.
one, too.
Yeah, get ready for Auburn.
Nice crossover dribble by DePay. Dribbled right into a double team, though. Trying to leave it for Mike Miller. And stolen away by John Higgins.
Higgins always seems to be under control. He's moved over to the point guard slot now with Harris out of the lineup.
It's Higgins, Yarbrough, Baker, Victor, and Black on the floor for the Volunteers.
Baker, a good wing player off the bench.
We're down to 3 minutes remaining right now in overtime. Victor trying to face the basket, kicks outside to Higgins, takes one step, got clear, missed the three. And it's Florida ball.
Florida basketball.
Florida out there with DuPay, Harvey, Miller, Weeks, and Wright. And it's Teddy DuPay taking his time as he'll cross the timeline with about 2:45 left. Sports Center follows our overtime. Boy, Harvey and Black banging down low right now.
They're trying to get Harvey down inside.
Miller thought about a three and now drives and kicks it back out to DuPay.
They're doing that constantly, always attacking and kicking back out.
Now they got to think about a shot with 6 on the shot clock. DuPay has a look up, gets a pick from Miller and goes deep. And Higgins shags down the miss. Outlet, got Baker in front. Victor to his right. Baker takes it himself.
I'll tell you, Baker, good slashing move, a good wing player, gets out in transition and converts.
Volunteers by 1 in overtime. First basket of the second half or the overtime by Del Baker, and it certainly came at a good time.
23-1 the last 2 years. Florida on this floor with a margin of 28 points per game. Not tonight.
Harvey slicing through there on his way to the basket, drew a foul.
In fact, the only game they lost in 2 years, year in and year out, like Duke and North Carolina. Well, this year, North Carolina, certainly struggle city, one of the real disappointments in college basketball. But for the years, they've always been right up there on top.
What a night by the 6'8 freshman.
And if he can improve his range a little bit as a shooter, you need to make him more effective.
Boy, 2 huge free throws.
He's worked hard on that free throw line.
Gators by 1. We're under 2 minutes remaining in overtime. Victor Got it over. Yarbrough's going to fly in on his own, and the rebound is Florida. And it's Harvey.
And they did a nice job. Isaiah Victor stepping up to the ball against the trap. Brought it to the weak side. Billy Donovan making some calls. Managing the clock is big now.
A minute and a half remaining in overtime. Florida leading by 1.
Shooting free throws will be big as well coming down the stretch.
Miller from the baseline. Rebound. Wright almost had it. Lost it to Black.
A lot of contact on the interior. It's a very physical basketball game.
And Higgins going to call a timeout as he got it into the front court with 1:14 remaining in overtime. Florida leading Tennessee 70-69. Don't go away. Now back in Gainesville with 1:14 remaining in overtime. Florida ranked 9th in the country with an 11-game home winning streak, leading by 1.
Redskins,
yeah.
And you know what? Everybody's got it. Cupcake City going to St. Louis. I love Dick Vermeil. I mean, Brent Musburger, that's his guy, and I love Mr. Vermeil. But you know what?
Look out for
that's
Tony
not a
Dungy.
cupcake. You better believe it. No, look out for Mr. Sapp
Okay.
and Mr. Lynch and the whole gang. And better watch out for Mr. Victor here if you're Florida, baby.
Isaiah's the guy that sent it to overtime. Gators leading by 1. Tennessee looking to regain the lead here in OT.
And again, watch
Knocked
the
away by Weeks. Still Tennessee ball. And they're going to hold play just for a quick second for Teddy Dupay to relace his shoot.
Blocking out is big right now, Brad. I'm sure Billy Donovan reminded him of the huddle.
Under a minute in overtime. Yarbrough in the paint. They wave it off. A foul before the shot. And it's going to be on Miller.
Well, at least Vincent Yarbrough attacked the basketball. He wanted it. He wanted the rock in his hands. He said, I want to make the big play. I'm going to go to the line. He was a McDonald's All-American. Came in with all kinds of expectations. And so many times it takes a guy a year or two to really, really mature.
He was so young. He wasn't 18 until last March.
March 21st. He was the youngest player in Division I.
3 of 4 tonight after hitting that free throw. That was a big one. Ties it at 70, at least momentarily, here in overtime.
This would be a monster win for Tennessee if they could come into this place and get a W on the road against Florida. Remember, they've won 5 in a row in a 2-year period in the SEC on the road.
Yarbrough, 2 big free throws, but this one far from over. 55 seconds remaining. Gators now trail by 1 on their home floor. Everybody standing, everybody quiet. Looking for a good shot. They don't have to hurry anything here.
And right now, Harvey's got to slide inside. That's where he's effective. And something good can happen off a 2-man game. He lays the screen.
Here's Weeks for 3. Rebound, Harvey on the backside.
Good foul, though. Good foul. He was going up the jam right there, Brad. You're right, from the weak side. He was going up to finish and to really finalize. They're going to make him go to the line. That is the jump shot by Weeks. He normally knocks that baby down, and here's Harvey, who's a big-time Windex man. What a glass eater he is.
So Harvey to the line.
Hit his last 2
on the night. Yep, he ripped the last 2. 3 in a row.
I'll tell you what, this Dr. Dandy seems very confident, very cool.
Oh, he was totally geeked out here in the warm-ups before the game. Mile high for this one, and he has produced.
He's only a 53% shooter on the free throw line.
Yeah, but he's doing a good job tonight.
Yes, sir.
He's hit his last 3.
3 in a row.
Missed the second, knew he was going to miss it too, and tried to jump in the lane and do something about it. Instead, it's a lane violation. So we're tied at 71 with 30 seconds remaining in overtime.
Hey, can we be double OT? I mean, I got a car waiting to take me to Jacksonville. I got to get to Jacksonville for a flight early tomorrow morning.
I'm not heading to Ohio State till sometime tomorrow, so what the heck?
I got to meet my buddy Mike Patrick. I haven't seen him in a long time. Oh, there's the trap again. Oh, steal by Weeks. Give it up.
Trying to give it up to Wright, and Victor got in the way of that one.
Weeks with the steal. Brett Wright was just a step slow, attacking the basket.
Kenyon Weeks with the play of the month.
30-second timeout, Florida. Gators, 30-second timeout.
Timeout. 21 seconds remaining in overtime. You wait weeks for a play like this.
And there it is. Watch the
Kenyon
steal.
came up with it.
And there's Kenyon Weeks right into the lane. I like that. You wait Weeks for that. And then he kicks it off to Wright. And there's the contact. Wright, a good free throw shooter. Better than 80%.
71-71.
Look at Billy D working in that sideline. Let's look at Jerry Green. Also took Oregon to the NCAA tournament for the first time in over 30 years while he was there.
They were the highest scoring team in the Pac-10 when he was there for a few seasons.
I tell you, I'm getting old. When I look at Steve Walford coaching tonight,
that's right.
and Billy Donovan, I remember following him and doing some TV work back there at the
Tommy
studio.
Hammaker with a big win tonight.
Wow.
We used to do his games.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm
sir.
getting old with you, partner.
Wow. It's so great to see some new stars on a coaching fraternity.
That ball was knocked out of bounds by Victor with no foul call. So the
Yeah, no
inbound
foul.
is Florida's with 21 seconds left. Shot clock is off. They got it into Miller, who's double teamed on the baseline.
Yeah.
Now Wright and Dupay. And Florida going to play for either some free throws or the last shot for the win.
I would go for the last shot. You're home.
Oh, Dupay almost gave it up. Wright. 8. Open up. 5.
They're struggling
Gotta
with
hurry.
the ball. They're struggling with the ball.
Now
They're
Tennessee
struggling with the ball.
Baker for the win.
Oh, he got fouled.
Wait a minute. It's over.
That's the end of the first
Overtime is over, and we go to another.
Oh, they wanted the foul. Oh, we got double OT.
Curtis Shaw looked up at that clock, and before Baker got to the basket, the gun sounded. I think it was a great call.
Let's take a look right here. Remember, in college basketball, 0-0 doesn't finish the game. It's the buzzer and the light on. Florida was really struggling in this possession, Brad. Really struggling with the ball. No
Nice hustle
rhythm.
by the Tennessee defense, obviously.
Let's see if he gets up. Well, I don't know. If we didn't see the light up on top to indicate the game was over, the official might have had a good look at that. And the horn.
Well, we've got 5 more minutes at least. Don't go away. Double overtime. We'll be back. Double overtime upcoming. We're tied at 71. A frantic finish to the overtime session as Tennessee came up with a steal. Del Baker went down the court. Looked like he was going to get a shot up. We're going to take a look at the last 6 seconds, and we're just going to listen. You're not going to hear the horn, but you're going to hear a whistle. Listen. There you can hear the whistle of Curtis Shaw for one, and Jerry Green says, hey, you know, how about a foul? And none called. We just got a chance to talk to Curtis Shaw. He came over to us. The horn never did sound, but the red light went off.
Well, I talked to Curtis Shaw, and really basically what he said, the foul came after it was 0-0,
Yep.
and he said the horn went off and no light.
Well, oh, that's what it was.
Yeah,
he said you can't hear it because it's so loud
Exactly.
in here, and the light didn't go off, but he saw the 0-0s
Exactly.
and blew his whistle, and you could hear the whistle distinctly in that replay. The last double overtime game
Wow.
was 16 years ago.
Tennessee left with a W.
Who knows, might be 75-74 again. We're tied at 71 and underway in double OT. All that great writing by Rich and Stewart tonight for SportsCenter, and they're still waiting.
And they're waiting and they're waiting and waiting. And Stewart, and I know Rich got some new lines they're going to lay on us tonight, too.
So Baker will inbound. Victor, Yarborough, Black, and Higgins with the ball in hand. That's a 5 on the floor for Tennessee.
They got a holding foul inside on Isaiah Victor. This Tennessee team, united, seems to have some real good chemistry. So important, Brad, when you got teams that have chemistry, that enjoy playing with each other.
He'll shoot 2.
So Victor, who's been the big star tonight for Tennessee, steps up and drills a free throw.
He made a big shot to send this baby into overtime on an offensive rebound. Look at the Tennessee bench.
21 for Isaiah Victor. 22.
He's not struggling on a free throw line.
No, he's not. 2-point lead. Tennessee in double overtime. See if Florida can get their offense back in gear. They had a horrible last trip down court. Wright fouled by C.J. Black.
I'll tell you one thing, you're not getting just open shots against this Tennessee defense. They're going to challenge you on a shot. They're going to be physical. There's going to be a lot of body contact. Mike Miller's really been quiet the last 15 minutes.
He's been quiet really the second half. 2 field goals in the second half.
Jerry Green under control all the time on that sideline. Worked under Roy Williams, part of a staff with Matt Doherty. The Irish got really slammed bastard today by Rutgers.
Brent Wright, a good free throw shooter. I should never have said that.
Yeah, better than 80%.
3 for 4 before that one.
Major Parker.
Parker checks in, and Weeks goes out.
crowd is really quiet. Well, we know they're quiet because he's shooting a free throw, but it comes up empty.
And again, they missed the free throw and crashed the lane.
Substitution for Florida, number 15.
So Tennessee with a 2-point lead. That has quieted the Rowdy Reptiles momentarily anyway, with 4:20 left in double overtime.
I think they're stunned. I think they're shocked. They thought they're gonna blow this baby away.
Victor, great balance. Neariev act here. It would have been over and back right there. Three-pointer maybe hurried a little bit. Harvey, nice rebound.
Numbers 53%.
He went flying in the lane knowing that it was going to be off the mark. And he's still trying to find it again now.
Waddle really hurting himself on a free throw line here late. Got 12 rebounds, 18 points, a double-double for Mr. Harvey. Got a lot of playing time. Haslam in foul trouble, fouled out.
Fourth double-double, by the way, for Donnell this year.
Here goes the pressure with Bonner up on top. A lot of size, not much quickness, but size. Good spacing by Tennessee. Good spacing offensively.
Higgins again takes control at the point, calms things down. Yarborough got around Bonner, trying to leave it for Black. CJ saved it on the baseline.
Good agility by Black for a big guy.
Nice hustle on defense by Florida, but Yarborough's open momentarily, and he drills it.
Nobody puts a hand up. What a big three by Vincent Yarborough.
Volunteers by 4 now in double overtime.
He's become a super South this year.
Pay to Parker and now Bonner. Nice little weave going for Florida, and Bonner's foul as he goes to the hole.
Tennessee foul is on number 44, Isaiah Victor.
Mike Miller's got star ability. He's going to have to.
6'9" freshman, and he nails that one.
He was a big-time shooter in high school.
And the fingers slightly crossed for Udonis Haslam. A little bit of a prayer watching the free throws. So Bonner goes up, and he got them both.
Nice rotation, good arc, good follow through. Did his job, converted two. Now they bring the experienced player right on the floor.
We might be here all night. We're in double overtime with 3:23 left. And it's 76-74 Tennessee.
Oh, dangerous pass.
Dupay went for the steal, and it's thrown. And he wants to give you a TO. 2-point game in double OT.
Who's going to make the big shot? Who's going to look to take the big shot? Where's Michael Miller? Where's the star?
Harvey's the guy that wants it. Skip pass inside, knocked away from him. So with 20 seconds on the shot clock, Florida will inbound.
It's hard to believe when you look at Harvey. Look at his body, his strength, and he's only a kid that played high school last year.
Amazing.
See, Michael Miller's got to step to the basketball. Baker's trying to deny him the ball.
Dupay looking for a pick. Got one from Harvey. He's going to launch one off the glass.
Teddy Dupay with that little one off the window. John Wooden used to teach that at UCLA.
Nice pick by Harvey. Tied at 76 in double OT.
That's the good pass against the trap, the diagonal one. Back it out, manage the clock, put it in the hands of the point guard.
Baker double team. Has to get it over to Higgins. He's got an opening. Got it!
What a big one from Shaker Heights, Ohio. The kid had a knee injury as a junior. Everybody backed down on him except Tennessee. They stayed with him, and they get a good one.
Dupay looking for an answer with his three, and Victor clears the glass. Volunteers by 3 on that John Higgins triple. His only three-pointer of the night, his 33rd of the year. Boy, it was a big one for number 42.
They are really, really stepping up with each possession.
We're under 2 minutes in double overtime, and Jerry Green says, let's just talk about this for a second, guys.
Playing with a lot more confidence.
1:58 remaining in double overtime. Tennessee leading Florida by 3. Overtime, Tennessee leading by 3 with under 2 minutes remaining now in this extra session. Here's a kid, a freshman, missed most of his senior season last year at Shaker Heights, Ohio with a knee injury, who rips a huge three. And on the night, 1 for 7, but that one is all they're going to remember if they win this game. A kid that was heavily recruited by the Big Ten before that injury. And he is the star of Tennessee's double overtime so far. Isaiah Victor, for the most part, has been the star of the game.
Well, you know, Higgins was 4 for 19 in the SEC, shooting the 3 coming into this game. Prior to that, he was really shooting well in non-conference play from the three-point line. In fact, when you look at his numbers, 32 of his 41 field goals have been threes. And as you said, had that knee injury actually happened his junior year, and then his senior year didn't play, as you said, till late in his senior year. That's getting down to real crunch time now for Florida. Their back is against the wall here, and they have quieted this crowd down.
Florida's got 2 freshmen on the floor right now, and Nelson and Harvey. And Higgins will be in the backcourt waiting for Del Baker's inbound pass with 1:58 remaining in the second overtime. Tony Harris fouled out way back in regulation. Seems like it was about an hour ago.
I know. You'd have thought they would really be in major trouble, but they've held their poise and have done a really good job. Higgins handling the ball. They need a stop. Absolutely mandatory. They need a stop here.
Higgins, deep 3. And Miller with a rebound. There were 6 on the shot clock when Higgins let that thing go.
Going with Nelson right now on the floor instead of Dupay.
Right, wide open. He ties it.
Good execution, swung the ball to the top of the circle, wide open. Nothing like that. 3, and they get him right. Hey, could this be 3 OTs? 3 OTs, Brad.
We're under 80 seconds, and we're tied again.
And now the Johnny Reptiles are right loud, baby.
Yarbrough trying to pack it in, and a foul as he got it into Black, who was fouled from behind by Brent Wright.
Not a bad foul. Not a bad foul, putting Black at the free throw line where he has struggled.
Yep, he's 1 for 5 tonight.
I'm glad we don't have that rule in college basketball where you can take the ball out of bounds and you can protect and hide.
The ones we used at the beginning of the season, the experimental one. Well, Black now is 1 for 6.
The art of basketball, Brad, for many a year is the ability to make free throws.
I think he's got to step back a couple more inches.
Well, maybe go to the three-point line.
There, he got it.
He got 1 to go down, 1 out of 2. I think Jerry Green will take that.
Yep.
I think he'll take that.
A 1-point lead, 1 minute remaining in double overtime.
1 minute remaining.
Again, the crowd goes silent for Florida on their offensive set.
They're going to block out Harvey if there's a missed shot, Tennessee.
I don't think Mike Miller's had a point since about 15 minutes remained in
No,
regulation.
I agree. I said earlier, he has really played very quiet.
Parker gets it out to Miller. He'll try one here.
Not even close.
Rebound is Yarbrough.
Not even close.
30 seconds left in double overtime. How huge would this be if Tennessee can hold on?
What a big win this would be for the Vols.
They've got a whole week off before Auburn goes to Knoxville next Tuesday night as part of ESPN's coverage. And if they win this game, it would be their 6th straight on the road in Southeastern Conference play. Try and do that sometime. It's not very easy.
And that is a statement. That's really a tribute to this guy right here. Kept his poise, does a great job preparing. Had his team prepared for this environment. He's always under control, always under control. Coached at North Carolina, Asheville as well.
So 23.8 seconds remaining in our second overtime. And 9th-ranked Florida on the ropes, trailing 14th-ranked Tennessee by a point, and the Vols going to the free throw line. Even if Tennessee can hit both free throws, it's still a chance for the Gators to send it to another session.
And this is where you got to start thinking as you get late in the game about not allowing them to get a three-point opportunity.
At the line for Tennessee.
Del Baker, the guy who almost got a shot off.
Del Baker. He'll shoot.
Then Wright went to the sideline with 5. Made a big 3 a little bit earlier.
Baker missed it. Free throws killing Tennessee.
Free throws, free throws, free throws.
Timeout Florida. Billy Donovan says, get your butts over here. He's waving frantically at his club, trying to set up an offensive play, knowing that he's going to get a chance not just to tie, but to win the game.
Also icing him a little bit, making him think a little bit more about that, Mr. Baker. Going to the foul line.
Here's Higgins.
Yes, sir. Mr. Higgins knocking down the trifecta. How big that 3 has become. in college basketball. And here's Brent Wright prior to
the arc.
I think teams that win really excel in 4 areas. Special situations, making free throws, attacking pressure. That's one. And then medium-range shots, low post play, and knocking the trifecta down.
Maybe just as important as the free throw coming up is who's on the floor for Florida. It's Harvey, Weeks, Bonner, Miller, and Nelson. Baker at the free throw line to try to give the Volunteers a 2-point lead.
And they're going to block out in case he misses this.
And he did. And the rebound is Bonner's.
And they almost lost the rebound. Now Florida's got a chance to win this game with a deuce.
All they need is 2.
And remember, Harvey on the offensive glass is a terror.
10 seconds remaining. Nelson looks up, looking for a pick. He's going to fire a 3. Didn't need that.
What a bad shot.
They did not need that shot.
Absolutely not a heady play right there by Brett Nelson. Little panic. I think he panicked with the basketball.
Took a deep, deep 3-point shot. Teddy Dupay looking through closed eyes at that one. Nelson, the guy that's in there for him.
Yeah, Brett really panicked right there. I think he really lost concept of where he was, the shot clock. I mean, he's way behind the arc.
At the line for Tennessee.
And doesn't give anybody really. I saw his teammate Teddy Dupay.
Now free throws coming up by Higgins. And he misses badly.
3 seconds now. Remember, if he scores, you're going to put it in bounds. Clock doesn't start until it touches a player on the floor. Tennessee putting everybody basically back.
Higgins got the second. Chance to tie and send it to a triple overtime or a win. Bonner going deep with the ball, trying to get it to Harvey. Intercepted by Victor and Yarborough. And a jump ball. Wait a minute. Possession arrow is Florida's, but I don't think they have enough time to get a shot unless they put time back on the clock. And that is a question. Is there any time going back on the clock? Apparently not.
You need .3 to get a shot. There's no way they can get a shot. No way they can get a legitimate shot.
Got to go to the basket with it. It's over. Tennessee wins on the road in double overtime.
Wow.
6 straight Southeastern Conference wins. It was a marathon. And I don't think the coaches on either side are all that crazy about the others right now. A little bit of talking going on, and now Billy Donovan says, okay. They lose it, and an 11-game home winning streak goes by the boards for Florida as well. Tennessee, ranked 14th, goes to 16-2. They go to the head of the class in the SEC East at 4-1 with an 81-79 win. That's going to do it from Gainesville. For Dick Vitale and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Brad Nessler saying so long. Don't forget, SportsCenter is coming up next. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Good night from the O-Dome.
This game went into overtime. Highlights next. Problem for Tennessee football. Volunteer basketball has issues there, too. 8 straight losses at the O'Connell Center, which just happens to sit across the street from the Swamp, where the Tennessee Gritters have dropped 7 in a row. Vols point guard Tony Harris was not looking forward to tonight's trip to the O-Dome. Quote, the students are sitting right behind you and saying everything known to God. To Gainesville we go, where the mascots were being mascots. Second half, Tennessee down 3. 5 minutes to go. Vincent Yarborough ties the game, and that would be a theme. Now tied at 62. Yarborough loses the ball, gets it back, misses, but C.J. Black does not. Tennessee up 64-62. We're tied again at 64. Donnell Harvey with a tough lay-in. He had 19 points, 12 boards, all hard fought. Florida by 2. And with a chance to ice the game, Teddy Dupay at the line, and he misses both free throws. And the aforementioned Tony Harris lets him know what he did. Oh, don't do that. Just don't do that. Tennessee down 2, 5 seconds left. John Higgins off balance 3. No. Isaiah Victor finally corrals it. Turnaround jumper. Nails it. We go to overtime. Tied at 66. Under 10 seconds to go in the extra period. We're tied. Florida almost throws it away. And then Kenyon Weeks does throw it away. Higgins feeds. Del Baker, who can't get it off. We go to a double overtime. In the extra period, we're tied at 76. Baker finds Higgins, who hits his only 3 of the night. Tennessee up 3. Last chance for Florida, down 2, 3 seconds left. Florida's Matt Bonner. Long pass, knocked down. Jump ball's called. It's Florida's possession, but not enough time for Florida to come away with a tie or a victory. 81-79 is your final in 2 overtimes as Tennessee snaps that 8-game losing streak at Florida. The Volunteers have now won a school record 6 straight SEC road games and 9 consecutive road games overall.